Hello, I'm Professor Susan DeGize. This tutorial is on practice 10.4b. Directions. The key signature, pitches, and rhythm have been given for the violin. Write the key signatures for all the other instruments. The instruments are written in Italian. Using the same rhythm as the violins, write in the pitches as asked. Alright, I had to zoom in, so let's start with the strings. I'm going to do the viola as a sample. So the viola is an instrument in C, so it will have the same key signature. So the violin's part here is in E flat major, so we're going to write 3 flats in the viola. Now the viola is going to start on G3, so G3 would be right here, and it's going to have the same rhythm as the violin. Go ahead and do the cello and double basses parts, pause the video, and press play when you're ready. Alright, the cello is also a C instrument, so it's going to have 3 flats, and its first note is going to be E flat 3, which will go right here. The double bass is a C instrument, so we're going to have the same key signature. Now the double bass's note is E flat 2, so maybe you put your E flat down here. That would be incorrect because although the double bass is an instrument in C, it's technically a transposing instrument because the note you hear will sound an octave lower. So that means in order to hear E flat 2, you're going to need to write the double basses part here. Even though the cello and the double bass look like they're playing the same note, the double bass's note will sound an octave lower. Let's move up the score, and why don't you do the clarinet, horn, and bassoon parts. Pause the video and press play when you're ready. Alright, let's start with the bassoon. The bassoon is a C instrument, so it will have the key signature of 3 flats. Its first pitch is B flat 3, so that'll go right here. Alright, so for the horn, we're not going to put a key signature because oftentimes the horn does not have a key signature. Now we need to figure out what note to write on the score. So a horn in E flat will sound a major 6th lower. So that means we need to write everything a major 6th higher. So what is a major 6th higher than E flat 3? A major 6th above E flat 3 is C4. So here we're going to write C4. So even though it looks like the horn is playing C, 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 what we would hear is E flat, E flat, E flat. Alright, now the clarinet in B flat is going to sound a major 2nd lower, so we're going to write everything a major 2nd higher. So the key signature of the violin is that of E flat. What is a major 2nd above E flat? F. So the clarinet will have the key signature of F major, which is 1 flat. Now since everything will sound a major 2nd lower, we need to write this one a major 2nd higher. So what is a major 2nd above E flat 5? That would be F5. So we're going to write F up here. And again, even though it looks like the clarinet is playing F, 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 and you're going to hear F, 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 you don't. The clarinet plays F, 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 and you will hear E flat, E flat, E flat. Now go ahead and do the last two instruments. Pause the video and press play when you're ready. All right, both the flute and the oboe are C instruments, so we can go ahead and add the key signature of 3 flats. Let's start with the oboe. The oboe has G5, so that's going to go right here. And the flute has E flat 6. Now you might think E flat 6 is really high and you're going to need an octave sign, but it's actually not that high for the flute, so go ahead and use ledger lines. If you use the octave sign, erase it, and let's practice on our ledger lines. All right, so E flat 6 is going to have 3 ledger lines. And then we're going to repeat this with quarter notes. All right, so in this exercise, we were able to write different key signatures of transposing instruments. We saw that the double bass, although it's not a transposing instrument in that it's still an instrument in C, it is a transposing instrument in that you will hear it an octave lower than what you see. If you have any questions about writing for transposing instruments, please reread section 10.4. You've now completed the tutorial for practice 10.4b. Thank you for watching.